bet you it was abusive. I bet you it was abusive. And you got caught up with the wrong girl. Maybe you thought that you were going to be her white knight. Maybe you thought you were going to save her. And I would imagine you probably gave her and bought her everything she wanted, and it was still not enough. And how does she repay you? How does she repay you? By getting with your friend. Hello, my friendly friends. Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita. We like to talk about abusive, psychopathic, narcissistic, toxic relationships in this channel. We like to analyze narcissistic personality disorder. This type of malady is growing in numbers. It's spreading like a virus, but it's not just contained to one place. Although some areas, some cities, some cesspool cities, there's a higher concentration of narcissist snakes. I work with people all over the world that have been abused by psychopaths and narcissists. And right now I'm going to read a comment from somebody from India. So you can see that this thing is happening everywhere. And I'm just happy that the information is reaching people in all nations, because when I was going through this, believe me, there was very little information on the topic. And now maybe there's just a little too much information on the topic, but just the fact that there's an overwhelming amount tells you how bad the situation really is, why so many people are talking about it, okay? And it's because we now have a name for what you've been going through. It's not just, oh, I have a crazy ex. Now there's an actual term for it, and there's a term for all of the red flags of abuse. Okay, I wanted to read this one. It says, I'll be honest here. I have gone to many therapists and on Quora, but this video has helped me a lot. When you guys spoke about breaking up with her and she makes you worry, it just clicked. My ex threatened me with suicide, self-harm, murdering me. She blackmailed by saying she'd allege me of non-consensual sex. I'm from India. And she just brought out all the conservative things. She guilt-tripped me for ruining her purity and whatnot. Like, I don't know if anyone has been through this. Like, now she dumped me for my close friend. And she still accuses me of abuse, man. Like, what the hell? Can she just not let go? Like, I'm just struggling. Yeah, sorry to hear that, bro. That sounds like a shit show altogether. That sounds like a shit show. The part that stuck out to me the most is not so much the threats of all the self-harm and all the BS. She's not gonna do none of that shit. She's just batshit crazy. It's when she left you for your close friend. Okay. Obviously, that's not your close friend. Okay, let's just get this straight. That's not your close friend, because if that was your close friend, he wouldn't even entertain her. Okay, that's not what close friends do. That's not what friends do, period. Friends do not date your exes. I don't know where you guys come from, but that doesn't fly with me. Okay, so let's make that known. That's not your friend, all right? The fact that she went with your friend tells you exactly what she is, though. That tells you exactly what she is. And that's a snake, that's an opportunist, okay? That's a vengeful, spiteful piece of shit of a person, because she knows that that's gonna hurt you the most. Why? Because not only did the narcissist betray you with all the other shit that probably went on in the toxic relationship, but now there's another element of betrayal. You got betrayed by your own friend. Okay? You got betrayed by your own friend now. And she chose your friend, which now communicates to you that your friend is better than you. So now you feel like more of a piece of shit, because now you start comparing. What is it about him that she sees? What does she see in him that she doesn't see in me? And you start talking all simpy and chody like that. That's exactly what she wants. She's yesterday's trash, bro. She's yesterday's trash. A woman that would do that is yesterday's trash. The sooner you can accept that she's a piece of shit, the sooner that you can accept that and you can start associating, you have to make the association that every thought you have about her needs to trigger the thought of yesterday's trash. Okay, she's trash. So you get turned off when you think about her. She smells like shit. Okay, looks like shit. Okay, because that's what she is. When you start making that association, and these are the things I teach in my coaching program, because there are a lot of psychological mind hacks, a lot of stuff that you have to do to reprogram your mind. Because what the narcissist did, what the psychopath does, is some sort of a brainwashing. And it gets you from a position of power that you probably were, which is why they were attracted to you in the first place. They saw that light in you, and they're able to brainwash you in such a way that you hold them, you've given them the power, and you feel like you're worthless. And that's not true. That's your own, brainwashed perception, but it's not true. That's not what everybody else sees you as. We all see you as a victim, sure, and that's not the most empowering label, but you've been scammed by a scammer. Like my mentor used to tell me, he's like, sorry, like you were scammed. No, but I knew it. Yeah, and you still got scammed. You still got scammed. That's what scammers do. They're professional at it. They scam you. Okay, you got scammed. You got played by a psycho. And she didn't like when you caught her or when you called her out or whatever the case may be. She spazzed out, didn't she? Like they all do at the end. And there come all the threats and all the violence and all the tantrums, because she's probably psychologically fucked from her childhood and her upbringing. I bet you it was abusive as fuck. Pardon my French. Bet you it was abusive. I bet you it was abusive. And you got caught up with the wrong girl. Maybe you thought that you were going to be her white knight. Maybe you thought you were going to save her. And I would imagine you probably gave her and bought her everything she wanted, and it was still not enough. And how does she repay you? How does she repay you? By getting with your friend. Yeah, she's not going to stop. Her hatred, the way you explained it, her hatred oozes from your comments. Just the things that this is not the first person that I have worked with that has a similar story. I've heard this before. It's not the most common. It's not the most common, but when we're talking about like next level psychopath, like, especially like a female crazy bitch like that, that's her resentment that she has against you, that's resentment towards her father and her upbringing. It has nothing to do with you, bro. So try not to take it personally, even though clearly she's doing personal attacks. But this is her shit, and that's never gonna get fixed. And you know what? Your close friend is gonna get his karma too for betraying you. Because now she's his problem, and she's gonna fuck him over too. And I bet you at the end she's gonna somehow at the end she's gonna say this line. She's gonna say, "You're just as pathetic as your friend. You're both fill in the blank. Everything that you can possibly imagine that's gonna damage his manhood will be said." And she will be threatening him too. And believe me, because he will contact you again with his tail between his legs. Okay? With his tail between his legs, when he gets fucked over, he will contact you again and tell you, shit, man, this is what she did. Is that what happened with you? And now you have a choice. You can turn your back on the traitor. You have every right to turn your back on the traitor. I would. Fuck him. It's not what a friend does. But I'm pretty dead ass sure he will be reaching out to you in the future when she screws him over. Hopefully by then you have moved on. Hopefully by then you have healed from this situation. And when I say healed, I don't mean you're going to be healed. You're not going to be the person you once were. You're going to be stronger, wiser, more aware, but you're always going to carry that war scar. You're always going to carry that war scar. Just know that you're dealing with a monster. You're dealing with most likely a psychopathic monster. If these videos are resonating with, if you've been reading, you've been doing therapy, going to Quora, and nothing hits you as hard as these videos, it's because this is exactly what it is right here. And in your case, seems even more extreme. Or maybe you're just highlighting those parts. Rejoice that you're out. Try not to worry too much about her empty promises and her threats, because they're just threats. Make sure you document everything. She can threaten with whatever she wants, but investigations still need to be made. She still needs hard evidence for you to be convicted. You know, track everything, document everything. Okay, but she's just making those threats because she's a weak person. She's just a weak person, and she's got a lot of baggage, and she's got a lot of resentment towards her father. Okay, and she's just projecting all that shit onto you, and she's going after your manhood. But believe me, she's gonna wreck your close friend too. She's going to wreck your close friend too. There's no other way out, man. And you're free. You're already done with her. So I would recommend to block her on all social media, on all phone numbers. If she gets a new number to harass you in, you take screenshots, right? You take screenshots. You go to the website of your phone company. You take screenshots. That's the number that keeps harassing you. You start building a case if you have to. You color code that you get a folder and chart. You start color coding everything, right? Start building a case in case you need to. But you block that number too. Make sure you, at this point, have communicated to her that she needs to leave you the fuck alone and to stop contacting you. Make sure that's documented too. But do not ask her any more questions. Do not try to get closure out of her. Do not try to get an explanation. Do not apologize to the narcissist. Do not give her any more power. Do not fall for her tricks. Do not believe her if she tries to apologize to you. Do not believe her if suddenly she comes back and tells you she made a mistake and your friend is an asshole and she just realizes that she loves you. Do not buy into none of that bullshit, man. Do not buy into none of that bullshit, or you are going to get more. You're going to get more abuse. Okay? This too shall pass, brother. I can promise you that. This too shall pass. This is not forever. It feels like forever, and I tell you, if you don't do anything about it, it's gonna last a long time. And doing stuff about it, sometimes you got to go to authorities. You got to go to law enforcement. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses. That one's not easy either. Sometimes you have to cut your losses. I'm sure you want to have a sit down with your close friend and explain to him and show him the videos, and he's not going to listen because he's under her spell. He is under her spell. He's under the narcissistic spell. So don't bother. Let them rot. Let them both rot. Let them both have each other. Okay? Do not follow up on that relationship. Do not stalk their social media to see if they're happy, because it's BS. You got to do you. You got to stay as far away from both of them, starting today, as far away from both of them. You block him the same way that you block her. If you don't know how to go no contact with the narcissist, download the free ebook. Free. Okay, it's a free ebook that I wrote that teaches you exactly how to go no contact with the psychopath narcissist, and I have a link below in the description for that video. Listen to me. For that ebook. Download it straight to your phone and your computer so you can learn something. Okay? They both need to be blocked completely. They're both traitors and they're both dangerous at this point. All right, my brother. Thanks for sending that in. If you guys are in a similar situation like him, or yourself, if you'd like to work directly with me on my coaching program, I can help you navigate through this nightmare. I also have a link below in the description for that. If you'd like more information, do not hesitate to contact me. If you have any further questions, drop them in the comments below. Hope you got some value. Smash that like button if you did. Subscribe if this is your first time at the channel. Hit that bell notification. And God, I ask a lot of you guys, don't I? But gotta do what I gotta do. And you guys gotta do what you gotta do too. So why don't we both go do what we gotta do, and we'll catch each other in the next video. This is Kita with Psychopath Exposure. Have a blessed day.